This one day, he said something that really shocked me. This one morning in the spring, I was getting him ready for school. Shane was sitting down at the table eating his cereal. I was getting his lunch ready for school, and we're just chit-chatting. And all of a sudden, he looks at me. He's like, "Mom, did you know I was a grown-up before?" So I looked at him like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I used to be a grown-up because I think this is the third time I come back." I didn't know what to answer. I didn't want to dismiss it either. I just didn't know how to respond. I didn't think of anything other than, where is this coming from? It was so matter-of-factly the way he said it to me that I knew there was more to it, but I wasn't ready to hear it that morning.
I definitely thought that Shane just had a very good imagination. Creativity runs through the family, so I thought he was just adding on to it.
We grew up Catholic, so you die, you go to heaven, and that's about it. We've never talked about any past lives or reincarnation. I mean, it's not a common conversation. He wouldn't have heard of anything like that. So a couple of weeks passed by, and then on the weekend, again, at the breakfast table, I sat down, I said, "Shane," I go, "You remember when you told me you were a grown-up before?" And he was like, "Yeah, I remember." He goes, "I was 14, and they wouldn't let me join the military. I wanted to join the military, but they wouldn't let me join." So he started saying, "Mom, you know the war when all the girls went to the city." Instead of answering, "Yeah, I know the war," I answered him with a question. I said, "Well, why did the girls go to the city, Shane?" He said, "Well, to work, Mom, because all the guys were gone to war." And that's when I was floored. There's no way that a 5-year-old could know this, that the reason that the women went to work in the city were because most of the guys had been drafted to go to war. He said, "Mom," I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was unreal. I had a feeling he needed to tell me who he was. That person was still in there, and he'd been holding back for a couple of years now. Then things escalated. He goes, "Mom, I was shot." He goes, "And it burns. It burns so much." He was holding his middle section, and it really burns, Mom. For me, in my head, I was like, is my son actually telling me this? Is this really happening? I'm still catching up with trying to make sense of what I'm hearing, to actually understand any emotion that I was having. And I'm like, oh my God. It sounded like a soldier that had been to war, that had been shot, and was retelling his story from the grave through my son.
When I found out that he had been shot before, it literally just complete utter silence within me. How do you even comprehend that you can die? No one in our family or friends had died around the time, so why did he know about it? Where did it come from?
There's no TV show. We don't have any family members that are veterans. There's nobody around us that talks about this. It's a surreal feeling because you know that that little child in front of you didn't actually feel that. But he remembers it. You know that your child was never shot because he's in front of you. But he remembers how it feels to be shot. I'll never forget him telling me.
Shane couldn't lie for the life of him. Anytime he would go to lie, he had this giant smirk on his face. So when he would say these things, we knew it couldn't be a lie.
After he told me and I started processing all the information and linking it to all of his behaviors early on as a little baby, from smacking me if I tapped him on the fingers, to his obsession for guns, everything was clicking. It was like, oh my God, the other things that happened up until then suddenly made all the sense in the world. Now I know why. That was a past life. That's why it's affecting him now. It's not who he is today. It's memories that are there. I started doing some research, and I couldn't believe what I found. I was sure it was World War II because World War II was really renowned for when the women started working because so many men were drafted. From what Shane told me, it couldn't be any other war but that one. 16 was the age of enlistment. He was 14. He wanted to join. They wouldn't let him. He would definitely have lied about his age to get in. I started doing more research. I found this story about a young boy. His name was Reginald Earnshaw, and he enlisted at the age of 14 in the Navy from Britain. I found that Reginald Earnshaw had lied about his age to get in at 14 because the age of enlistment was really 16. And he died. He was the youngest casualty of war. The ship that he was on came under fire, and a friend of his tried to go to the boiler room to pull him out, but it was too hot. They couldn't get him out. It makes me wonder, when my son said that it burned, did something hit him? Did he get shot at the same time and then stuck in the boiler room? Was he burnt? Is that why he felt that burning sensation? It's shocking that there is a story out there that resembles what my son's been telling me. And I'm wondering, could that actually be the boy that needed to tell his story? Could it be?
My name is Shane, and when I see things in my memory, it's triggered by something, but I don't know how. They come for a couple of days, and then they're gone. I've actually felt being shot during the night. I woke up because I felt something hit my chest really, really hard. I felt a pain for about 5 seconds, and then it just went away.
I can imagine being the mother of that child back then and to lose my child that way at such a young age. Oh, must be horrible.
I like the military because you can fight for your country and you can help other people instead of being afraid.
I don't have anything against my son joining the military, but I wanted him to join it because of Shane.
It would be cool to find out who I was and compare myself with my past and my present.
I'm gonna show Shane 2 images of soldiers that died at the age of 14 during World War II to see if it stirs any emotion. What if one of the pictures is who he was? He's never seen them. I've never shown them to him. So we'll see how he reacts to that, and we'll take it from there and help him find closure. So these are the 2 boys. They both passed away at age 14. So we have Raymond Steed over here, and we have Reginald Earnshaw. Do any of the boys look familiar?
Him. Very.
How does he look familiar?
Looks a lot like me.
You find he looks like you?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. What part do you recognize the most?
He looks like he has the same eyes as me.
So there's something that it makes you feel.
Yeah.
You recognize yourself in him.
Yeah. A lot.
Wow. I didn't think it was possible to find someone with your story, but this story sounds a lot like yours. He lied about his age to get into the military.
He was 14. I said that.
Yeah.
When I look at him, I feel like he is me in a way.
So there's something familiar.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the picture, I saw fire. Just in my head. I just had a memory of just fire everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. And I felt like my lungs were hurting a bit for some reason, and then it went away.
Do you know how he died? Yeah, he got burned to death in a boiler room, in a boat. You think maybe we can leave the past behind and...
Yeah.
Yeah? Just maybe let his soul rest.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh.